Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Who is responsible for your success? Who determines how far you go in life? Is it your circumstances, your background, the people around you? No, it's you. The power of self-reliance is the foundation of success. Yet so many people overlook it. Too often people believe that external forces, luck, circumstances, or even other people are responsible for their outcomes. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to wake up every morning with the sole purpose of making your life better. That's your job. And the moment you embrace that, everything changes. When you rely on yourself, you take ownership of your life. You stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and start creating your own. Because let's be honest, how many people spend years hoping things will magically get better? They say, one day I'll start my business. One day I'll get in shape. One day I'll finally go after my dreams. But one day isn't on the calendar. The people who win in life don't wait, they act. Self-reliance is about believing in your ability to figure things out. It doesn't mean you have to know everything right now, but it does mean you trust yourself enough to take the first step. And that's what separates the successful from the stagnant. The people who move forward are the ones who say, I may not have all the answers, but I'll find them. They take risks, they adapt, they keep going even when things don't go as planned. Think about it. Every great leader, every innovator, every game changer in history had one thing in common. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They stepped up, took control, and figured things out along the way. Whether it was an entrepreneur launching a business, an athlete training for greatness, or an artist pushing creative boundaries, they all relied on one thing: their own ability to make things happen. Now, does this mean you have to do everything alone? Absolutely not. The key is to differentiate between seeking help and depending on others to do the work for you. Successful people surround themselves with mentors, coaches, and teams, but they never put their destiny in someone else's hands. They understand that guidance is valuable, but the responsibility to execute falls on them. Look at some of the most successful people you admire. They weren't born with all the skills, knowledge, or resources they have today. They built them. They started where they were with what they had, and they made progress every single day. And you can do the same. But here's the challenge. Self-reliance demands discipline. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means pushing forward even when no one is cheering you on. It means taking action when fear and doubt creep in. Because let's face it, there will be days when you feel stuck, when the odds seem impossible, when the voice in your head tells you to quit. And in those moments, you have a choice. You can either wait for someone to come along and fix things for you, or you can step up and be the solution. Think about this. If you lost everything tomorrow, who would rebuild your life? If your business failed, if you had to start over, if everything you depended on disappeared, what would you do? If your answer is, I'd figure it out, congratulations. That's the mindset of someone who will always find a way. That's self-reliance in action. And here's the beautiful part. When you develop self-reliance, you gain an unstoppable confidence. You stop fearing uncertainty because you know you can handle whatever comes your way. You stop hesitating because you trust yourself to make decisions. You stop playing small because you realize your success isn't in someone else's. So the question is, are you ready to take control? Are you ready to stop waiting and start acting? Because the moment you do, everything changes. Your mindset shifts. Your actions align with your goals. And most importantly, you become the kind of person who doesn't just hope for success, you create it. Your future is your responsibility. And the sooner you embrace that, the sooner you'll start living the life you were meant for. Let's go. Hope is a beautiful thing, but hope alone never changed anyone's life. Too many people sit around wishing for a breakthrough, praying for a miracle, waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. But here's the hard truth. Nothing moves until you do. Think about it. How many people say, I hope I get a better job, but never upgrade their skills or apply for new positions? How many people say, I hope I get in shape, but never commit to exercising or eating right? How many people say, I hope I become successful, but never take the first step toward their dreams? Hope without action is just an excuse wrapped in a good feeling. It gives people a false sense of progress while keeping them exactly where they are. The only way to change your life is act. Not think about acting. Not plan for years. Not wait for permission. But take massive, intentional action. Action, now. Because action is what separates those who succeed from those who simply wish for success. Take a moment and think about any major achievement in your life. Maybe you landed a job you really wanted. Maybe you hit a fitness goal, or maybe you finally started that business. Did it happen because you sat around hoping for it, or did it happen because you did something about it? Everything in life responds to action. You want financial success, you have to take action to create value, learn new skills, or invest wisely. You want a great relationship, you have to take action to communicate, build trust, and put in effort. You want to change your health, you have to take action by moving your body, changing your habits, and committing to discipline. And let's get one thing clear. This doesn't mean waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll feel inspired, other days you won't. But the people who win don't act based on how they feel. They act based on their commitment. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They let their actions dictate their future. Now, some people say, but what if I don't know where to start? Here's the secret. It doesn't matter. Waiting until you have the perfect plan is just another way of procrastinating. The truth is, clarity comes from action, not thought. You learn by doing. You adjust as you go. You figure things out along the way. But you have to start. Think about a car driving at night. The headlights only show a small stretch of road ahead, but as long as you keep moving, the path keeps unfolding. Life works the same way. You don't need to see the entire journey. You just need to take the first step. And let's be real, fear will show up. Doubt will whisper in your ear. What if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you're not good enough? But let me ask you, what's the bigger risk? Taking action and possibly failing, or doing nothing and staying exactly where you are? Regret is far worse than failure because failure teaches you. Regret haunts you. Look at the most successful people in any industry. They didn't get there by waiting for everything to be perfect. They got there by taking action even when they were scared, even when they weren't ready, even when things felt uncertain. And guess what? That's exactly why they succeeded. Every day you hesitate, every day you wait for the right moment is a day you delay your progress. There is no perfect moment. The right time is now. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need more research. You don't need someone to come and push you. You just need to move. Because here's the truth. Action creates momentum. The moment you start, you break through the resistance. One small action leads to another. Before you know it, you're making progress. And progress fuels confidence. Confidence fuels more action. It becomes a cycle that propels you forward. So stop hoping and start doing. Hope might make you feel good, but action will change your life. The question is, are you going to wait or are you going to move? The choice is yours. Success is not built on luck, talent, or wishful thinking. It is built on discipline and persistence. These two qualities separate the people who achieve greatness from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. Anyone can set a goal. Anyone can get excited about a new challenge, but the real test is whether you have the discipline to stay committed when motivation fades and the persistence to keep going when obstacles appear. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's easy to take action when you're motivated, but what happens on the days when you're tired, frustrated, or distracted? That's when most people quit. They say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll get back on track when I feel better. But the people who win in life don't wait for the right mood. They show up every single day and do the work, regardless of how they feel. Think about any great athlete, entrepreneur, or leader. They don't rely on bursts of inspiration. They wake up early. They train when others sleep. They put in the extra hours when no one is watching. They understand that success is not a single event. It's the result of consistent, disciplined action over time. The problem is that most people seek comfort. They want quick results. They want shortcuts. But success isn't about doing something once and seeing immediate rewards. It's about stacking small, daily habits until they compound into massive transformation. You don't get in shape by going to the gym once. You do it by training consistently, even on days when you don't feel like it. You don't build wealth by making one smart investment. You do it by making disciplined financial decisions over years. You don't master a skill by practicing for a weekend. You do it by putting in the work daily, even when progress seems slow. And here's where persistence comes in, because no matter how disciplined you are, challenges will come. You will face failures, you will have setbacks, you will experience rejection, frustration, and moments when you want to give up. That's the test. Most people quit when things get tough. They hit one obstacle and decide it wasn't meant to be. But the truth is, obstacles are part of the process. Every great success story is filled with moments of failure and struggle. The difference between winners and losers is that winners keep going. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped at failure number 500 or 1000. The world would be a different place. But he persisted. He understood that failure wasn't a stop sign. It was feedback. He adjusted, adapted, and kept pushing forward until he succeeded. So now apply that to your own life. How many times have you given up too soon? How many goals have you abandoned just because things got difficult? What if instead of quitting, you decided to push through the challenges? What if you viewed every setback as a lesson instead of a reason to stop? Here's the truth. Every struggle you face is strengthening you. Every time you push through discomfort, you become more resilient. Every time you keep going when things get tough, you build mental toughness. And over time, that persistence creates unstoppable momentum. Discipline and persistence are like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. The first time you choose discipline over comfort, it's hard. The first time you push through failure instead of giving up, it's uncomfortable. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Eventually, discipline becomes your default and persistence becomes your superpower. So, what's the key? Commit to the process. Stop chasing instant results and start focusing on daily habits. Stop fearing failure and start embracing it as part of growth. Stop quitting when things get tough and start pushing harder when challenges arise. Because here's the reality. The people who win are not the most talented, the luckiest, or the smartest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. And that can be you. If you decide that no matter what happens, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you fall, you will not stop until you reach your goal. Faith and effort go hand in hand. Too many people believe that faith alone will bring them success. They pray, they wish, they visualize, but they don't take action. And when nothing changes, they wonder why. The truth is, faith without effort is powerless. It's like planting a seed but never watering it and expecting it to grow. You need both. Faith to believe in the possibilities and effort to make those possibilities a reality. Faith is powerful because it gives you the confidence to take risks. It gives you hope in tough times and the strength to keep moving forward when things don't go as planned. But faith alone won't get you where you want to go. You can't just sit back and hope for success. You have to work for it. Think about it this way. If you're lost in the middle of a forest, would you sit down and pray for someone to find you? Or would you start walking, searching for a way out? A person with real faith trusts that they'll find their way, but they also take action to make it happen. Effort is the force that turns belief into results. Imagine someone who prays for financial success but never develops skills, never takes initiative, never seeks opportunities. No amount of faith can replace the work that's required to build something great. Imagine someone who prays for good health but never eats right, never exercises, never changes their habits. Faith alone won't transform their body. Effort will. Success happens when faith fuels effort. When you believe in yourself and in a greater power guiding you, you take bigger risks, you push past fear, and you refuse to quit when challenges arise. But none of that matters if you're not willing to put in the work. Think about the most successful people in any field. Do you think they just hoped for success? No, they believed it was possible, and then they took massive action to make it happen. Every great entrepreneur, every top athlete, every industry leader has a combination of unshakable belief and relentless work ethic. Look at someone like Michael Jordan. He had faith in his ability to become great, but he didn't just rely on talent or belief. He trained harder than anyone else. He put in hours of practice, pushed himself beyond limits, and never stopped improving. His faith gave him the drive, but his effort made him a legend. Faith gives you the vision, but effort builds the reality. You have to be willing to grind, to show up every day, to push through obstacles, and to do what others won't. That's how breakthroughs happen. That's how dreams turn into reality. And let's be clear, effort isn't about working hard once or twice. It's about showing up consistently. It's easy to be motivated for a few days, but real success requires long-term effort. It requires persistence, discipline, and the willingness to keep going when progress seems slow. The problem is most people give up too soon. They start with excitement, but the moment they face resistance, they stop. They say, maybe this isn't meant to be. But what if they had just pushed a little further? What if they had just given it one more try? Breakthroughs don't come to those who wait. They come to those who work. At the same time, faith is what keeps you going when effort alone doesn't seem to be enough. There will be times when things don't go as planned. You'll face setbacks, disappointments, and moments where nothing seems to be working. That's when faith matters most, because it reminds you why you started. It gives you the strength to keep going, even when the results aren't immediate. When you combine faith with effort, miracles happen. You start attracting opportunities. You start seeing progress. You start becoming the kind of person who refuses to accept anything less than success. And when you keep pushing forward with belief and effort, it's only a matter of time before you win. So don't just pray, act. Don't just believe, work. Don't just hope, commit. Because when you put in the effort, backed by unshakable faith, there is nothing you cannot achieve.